don't enjoy other people's fall. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't enjoy other people's fall. What do I mean by that, right? You know, what I'm trying to get across to you is just like when you see somebody hit rock bottom, or even if you saw like, hey, they were going to fail in the future, or things were not going to work out the way they were thinking that it was going to work out, don't find enjoyment in that, because that's pretty much just rooted in envy. You know, I just recently saw, you know, in my life, the podcaster Adam 22 announced that his No Jumper podcast is going broke. For people in my culture who actually watched this guy, you know, it was something that we saw that was going to come. You know, I have my own podcast. You know, go check out the Invest in Your Culture page if you want to see more of my content. But, you know, watching Adam 22 and watching his fall, I know it's going to bring enjoyment for other people, but it's not bringing enjoyment for me. Of course, I saw that this was coming. I saw how, you know, a once great platform where, you know, I'm not going to say it's all that great, but the guy was making strides. He was doing good numbers. He started to expand, and it started to generate a lot of revenue. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to keep it based like that. We're not going to go directly into his content. But, you know, he started to see success. But the things that were getting him success were kind of frowned upon. He was doing pornographic content, doing content that was detrimental to the culture. People will fight on his podcast. You know what I'm saying? He has lawsuits pending. You know, one of the things that really shocked me was when, you know, he allowed somebody to have sex with his wife, and he filmed it. And one of the things he said was he felt like that this will be the greatest spit into God's face by letting somebody sleep with his wife. And it was like,
you guys talked about it when you got married. You guys talked about, imagine destroy the sanctity of the Bible. That was a satanic demoralization, alchemic ritual.
I like the way that you're thinking, because yeah, I don't believe in God. Maybe what better way to spit in the face of God? Better way to spit in the face of God than to get married.
Well, hold on.
And then let her a large man.
You know, as somebody who's a believer, it's just like, for real, guy, you know, you really, this is how you think? And when you hear stuff like that, you already know that a fall is coming, because that's just truly prideful. But one of the things that I realized was that finding enjoyment in his fall, because he has admitted that his company is going broke and going bankrupt, and he's had to sell his $4 million facility plus a storefront property that he had. And seeing that, it's like, oh wow, you know, this is what happens when you try to spit in the face of God, right? And watching that, it's just like, I don't see enjoyment, but I see the message in it, and the message that I can share with others. Don't do things, of course, don't do things to spit in God's face, but also it's just like creating content, whether if it's creating content or even just conducting business that isn't favorable towards God, it's always going to lead you to a fall. Because you will see pride, especially if it starts working, especially if you start seeing success, especially if you start getting fans and everything like that. You're going to have a aura of pride with yourself, and you're going to feel like you're unstoppable, and it's never going to end. And once you fall, of course there's going to be people that mock you, but what I'm trying to get across with this channel is just the people who are connected to me, and if you're dealing with envy in your life, you want to not be happy that he fell, but just take it as a lesson and use it as a lesson to show other people. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to be the mocker Because all that shows is that you were envious of that person, and you would rather be in that person's position. You know, think about any time you fell and somebody mocked you, it was probably because they was envious of you. You know what I'm saying? This channel is here to help us eliminate some of the downfalls that we have in life, for pretty much us as saints or holy people or just believers are starting to live in the promises that God has for us. God does not want us to be broke. God does not want us to see people who are doing bad in his eye succeed more than the people who are actually doing good. And the way we do that is by always abiding by his word, knowing what his word is, and then also connecting with like-minded individuals that can help sharpen us and help us through that path. If you're a person who needs help in their path with anything that they're doing, I'm here to help. This is why it's called The Miracle with Raymond McDaniel. If there's anything that you need, I will be able to help you and show you how God can come into your life and help you achieve the impossible. There's nothing that's too big for God. But one of the things that you do learn is that it has to be in God's will. You know what I'm saying? God is not a genie, but he will grant you things and he will help you with any problem, especially if it's in his will and he wants you to have what you're asking him for. You know? My name is Raymond McDaniel. Feel free to click the link in the bio if you need any type of help with anything. This is The Miracle with Raymond McDaniel. Thank you so much for watching.